The most famous game in the game happened in 1968 when Harvard, quote unquote, defeated Yale by a score of 29-29. Now, today's game, as exciting as it was, we're not sure where it's going to rank in Harvard-Yale lore, but we know for sure that Harvard defeated Yale. Andrew Fischer's 35-yard touchdown catch with 55 seconds to go from Connor Hempel gave the Crimson a dramatic 31-24 victory over the Yale Bulldogs, and it also gave the Harvard Crimson perfection. 7-0 in the Ivy League for an outright Ivy League championship and a perfect 10-0 on the season. Now, the Crimson started off slow. They were down by a score of 7-3 at halftime, and then they exploded for 21 third quarter points to take a 24-7 lead. Andrew Fischer's first touchdown catch of the game came from wide receiver Setu Smith on a reverse pass from Smith to Andrew Fischer in the third quarter. It gave the Crimson a 10-7 lead. They were able to run out to a 24-7 lead at the end of three quarters, but then the Yale Bulldogs staged a comeback, scoring 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to tie the game at 24, setting up the heroics from Connor Hempel to Fischer, 35 yards with 55 seconds to go to give Harvard a dramatic victory. Connor Hempel, the quarterback, came into this game with a bum shoulder, but able to complete 18 of 28 passes for 161 yards and that touchdown to Fischer late in the ball game. And after the game, I talked with Fischer and I asked him to begin our conversation. Scoring the game-winning touchdown with under a minute to go to defeat Yale in the game is not a bad way to go into the offseason, huh?
Oh, no, never. You know, it meant the world to me, meant the world to the team. Great way to finish for all the seniors and underclassmen. So, you know, we were very proud with how we did and very excited.
In the third quarter, you took the lead. You caught a touchdown pass from Setu Smith, a wide receiver. Was that the first time you caught a touchdown pass from a non-quarterback?
Mm-hmm. That was the first time. Yep. So it was a great experience, you know, wide receiver to wide receiver. So, you know, putting on a great show for our position group, which is awesome to see.
Are you jealous that it wasn't vice versa, that you would be the one throwing?
No, in practice we always mess around, but Setu has a better arm, so that's why we went with him.
Was there something that you or the offensive staff saw on the defense to call that play at that time? It was executed to perfection, so take me through the thought process of that play and getting ready to call that play. Was there something that you or the staff saw on the Yale defense?
You know, we practiced that play all week and all season, so you know, the Yale game is obviously, you know, the stage that you want to bring out all the plays you've been working on, and I'm not sure if the call came from the coordinator, the head coach, but obviously a great call. We had no doubt in our minds that we were going to go out there and execute the play, and worked out perfect.
I was about to say, no nerves when you hear that play call and you know, uh-oh, this is going to be a trick play. This is going to be something that could be boom or bust.
Mm-hmm. You know, I wouldn't say nerves. I would just say excitement, you know, pure excitement. Like I said, we had no doubt in our minds that we were going to go out there and execute that play. So it was great that we went out there and did so well.
24-7, you have the lead. In the fourth quarter, Yale starts coming back on the sidelines. What's that feeling like, seeing the Bulldogs come back, seeing your team commit a turnover and allowing Yale to come back? What's that feeling like, seeing your opponent coming back furiously?
Mm-hmm. You know, obviously that's tough to see. And like I said before, I had no doubt in my mind that our defense would make the stops that they needed to make, that our offense would, you know, put points on the board when we needed them. And I think that sums up the year and the season that we had. You know, just great effort offensively and defensively, so it shows.
Yep. Take me through that touchdown pass from Connor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the final play, you know, for the offense on that, play came in and Hemp looked at me and I looked at him and we just knew it was going to happen. He said, you know, he told the running back, you know, block, because this is it. This is the play that we're going to win. So,
any extra motivation for you seeing Connor, who hadn't played in the past couple of games because of his shoulder, any extra motivation seeing Connor fight through what he had to fight through to get you guys to victory?
Mm-hmm. We're a great team in handling adversity, and I think Connor's a great example of that. He has been battling all year, and for him to come out and battle through his injuries and to play at the game is obviously, you know, very comforting, and it's very good for us to go out there and play how we played.
I think after the interception, I believe you were the deep safety on the victory formation. What is that like after that kneel down? I think you took off your helmet, went right to the sidelines. What were you thinking? What were you doing?
I did. I was pure excitement, pure joy, the culmination of the season. And, as soon as the knee was down, clock runs down, I took off my helmet and ran, and I jumped in the stands to celebrate with my family.
Did you have any of the victory cigars that were down there? There was some little cigar smoke down there when we went there.
I did not.
Will you have one eventually?
Possibly.
Andrew Fischer, the Harvard Crimson, perfect 10-0. Andrew, thank you so very much for joining us. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Means a lot.
The euphoria for the Harvard Crimson is only matched by the overwhelming disappointment in the locker room for the Yale Bulldogs, coming back from a 17-point deficit to tie the ball game, but coming oh so close to an Ivy League championship, a share of the Ivy League championship, until it was wrested away from their hands in the final minute of the game. And it wasted an almost Herculean effort from Tyler Varga, the senior running back from Canada. Varga in the ball game, 30 carries, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing, 1 touchdown receiving in the ball game as well, but all in vain for the Yale Bulldogs as they come up short, 31-24, Harvard winning the outright Ivy League championship in football in 2014. So stay tuned to ALOSTsportstalk.com, where we will have the written recap of this thrilling, dramatic game between Harvard and Yale. And once again, the final score, Harvard 31, Yale 24. Harvard, you're perfect. From Harvard Stadium in Cambridge, Massachusetts, my name is Adeshina Koike for ALOTofsportstalk.com.